And we cannot stress enough, please, if you have not done so, go to the website and update your PG&E contact information. Please do so. Well, good morning, everybody. 7 minutes after the hour. Time for a look at the news. It is the third day of July for 2019. Here's what's happening in the news. Acting at the urging of Ione Fire Chief Ken Mackey, the Ione City Council has passed a resolution formally protesting new emergency response maps from the Amador Fire Protection District. The Amador Fire Protection District serves as the fire department for all of Amador County not already covered by an existing district or city fire department. According to Chief Mackey, Amador Fire Protection District implemented new maps and policy for emergency response at the start of June, increasing the area's responsibility for AFPD at the expense of other fire departments, including Ione. Mackey's objections, which were also echoed in the resolution passed by the council, included a lack of communication between AFPD and the other departments, and that the new maps increase response times and put a strain on AFPD resources, putting public safety at risk, and that the new maps will decrease the number of emergency calls the Ione Fire Department receives, thus reducing the amount of money received from Measure M. Richard Forrester, who as a member of the Board of Supervisors from Ione also serves on the AFPD Board of Directors, addressed the council last night. Forrester acknowledged the problem of lack of communication on the new emergency map policy, but otherwise defended the move, saying that AFPD should respond to emergencies in the unincorporated areas it's responsible for. The Ione City resolution calls for the changes in response areas to be reversed, that a new payment system for Measure M money move away from a per-call system, and that AFPD create a governing board independent of the 5 Board of Supervisors.
And here's a quick note on the progress at the Ione Post Office, closed as a result of fire and water damage. Remodeling efforts currently underway at the Ione Post Office. The reopening estimated August 1st or possibly sooner. Postal service and mail pickup continues at the Jackson Post Office till the reopening in Ione.
And the Amador Water Agency directors and management have released their first response to the recent 2018-19 Amador Grand Jury report. In a letter addressed to the grand jury, AWA Board of Directors President Paul Molinelli Jr. says, quote, the Amador Water Agency Board of Directors wishes to express its gratitude for the diligent and detailed work of the 2018-19 Civil Grand Jury. The letter goes on to say grand jury members were courteous and professional during interviews and their interactions with agency staff and board members. It says we appreciate the time it took for the grand jury to review the thousands of pages of records the agency provided. Now, you may recall the grand jury's report was highly critical of the water agency's policies, including hiring practices and overall communication. Well, the letter continues with AWA directors and staff always looking for ways to improve. Rest assured that the agency takes seriously its many responsibility to its taxpayers and the general public. Now, the water agency, as with all public agencies, have 90 days to fully respond to the recommendations of the civil grand jury's report.
And a boil water notice issued to about 800 CCWD customers in Rancho Calaveras after an 8-inch line failed at around 3 yesterday morning. A large leak in the water service transmission line discovered at the corner of Baldwin and Usher Drive. CCWD crews had the line repaired, service restored by 9. The Water District then issued a boil water notice to all customers who lost water service. The notice will be in effect throughout today and possibly into tomorrow. Boil water notice was issued out of caution following the leak repair. While it's highly unlikely anything harmful entered the water supply, the state requires water suppliers to issue boil water notices when water pressure drops below a certain level, and CCWD is complying. The notice will be lifted once precautionary testing has been completed and the samples return clear.
And you can start your Independence Day celebrating tonight with Jackson Lions Club at the junior high school. Let's make that the Jackson Junior High School Athletic Field, otherwise known as the Butte Bowl. The fun starts at 5 o'clock with family games, drinks, food, and fireworks after dark. And then the fun continues tomorrow in McCallamy Hill, also in Pioneer at the park, and then on Saturday at Ironstone Vineyards, and we'll talk more about that. Also, don't forget that the maximum enforcement period is now in effect with the CHP as of 6 a.m. tonight. And, again, we remind you, a rider alert from Amador Transit, no bus service tomorrow in observance of the 4th of July. Well, that's a look at local news on a Gold Country Wednesday morning from the KVGC News Center.
I'm JD.
And I'm Jim Geedy reporting. Remember, for the latest news, traffic, and weather 24 hours a day, and KVGC Fairfax, join us at 1340 96.5 and around the world at kvgcradio.com.